Beans, beans, the musical fruit, the more you eat, the more you toot. It does not have to be that way. Today, I am giving you some insights on why beans cause disruptions. Beans and nuts are the carriers of life. They are the seeds. And guess what seeds' primary function is? To reproduce. We are the predators. So they are protecting themselves from being eaten by giving off these acids, giving off these phytic acids and lectins. And that's how they protect themselves. They say, oh, you're going to eat me. I'm going to cause you some disruption. I'm going to cause you some trouble. So what do? Seduce them into the water. When they go into the water, they get ready to germinate. They think that it is game time, baby, and it is time for reproduction. That's where the water comes in. So you have to soak those beans and you have to soak those nuts. Now with the beans, I recommend you soaking them with the baking soda. And with the nuts, I recommend you soaking them with the salt. All you need is a quarter teaspoon. It's science, weird science. I don't want to go too deep. That's what she said. When you soak these beans and these nuts, the phytic acids and the lectins are released, calming the beans down, allowing the nutrients to be released. They're not locked in into this chemical chain of protection anymore. You want to soak the beans before cooking if you're in a pinch, but definitely overnight. How do you make beans? Start yesterday. Soak them overnight. Add a quarter teaspoon of baking soda. Change the water out every 12 hours to 24 hours if you're going to sprout the beans. Now, the longer you soak these beans, they're going to start sprouting, which means even less oligosaccharides. And those are just complex sugars that the body can't break down. If you eat the beans without soaking them, the reason it causes gas is because they still have those acids trapped into them and they do not get digested. They go through the stomach, they pass through the small intestines, and they make it to the large intestines. And they mix with the bacteria of the large intestines, which makes them ferment. They're just sitting there, la di da di da. They're just sitting there, not being digested. No nutrients are being delivered to you, just gas, just fermented old beans. Even if you use the canned beans, you might want to rinse them out first because they've been sitting in the acidic solution. But if you're using the dry beans, definitely soak the beans. Better yet, sprout the beans. Now I have some cooking tips for the beans. Cook these beans with spices like turmeric, cumin, or ginger. You have a slow cooker? No, no, no. The slower you cook the beans, the more nutrients are going to be released out into infinity and beyond. You can boil the beans, that's fine, but try a pressure cooker. All that pressure rubbing up against those beans just loosens the cell walls of the beans, allowing the oligosaccharides to break down, which means less sugars for the body to try and process. You're going to digest those beans and you're going to get the nutrients that you need. With the pressure cooker, the beans cook faster. The faster you're cooking the beans, the more nutrients are going to be retained. More nutrients. I'd rather eat the beans with the nutrients than have the fermented beans sitting in my stomach. Take some time out to soak these beans. Now with the nuts, which are also seeds, soak those as well. Soak the nuts, add a quarter teaspoon of salt to help break down the acid, the phytic acid in the nuts. Dry those nuts off because you don't want to eat the soggy nuts. You can put them in a dehydrator. You can also dehydrate your nuts by putting them in the oven on a very low temperature. and then enjoy. Continue being a predator. Eat all the beans and all the nuts. Let me know if you tried these tips out before or if you're excited to try these the next time you have beans or nuts. Talk to me, people. Let me know you're out there. Which are your favorite? Are they white beans, red, black, green beans? Beans, beans. The musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you do. Thank you so much for sticking it out with me to the end of this video. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Adios, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, and arrivederci. Das Vidania.